I was gonna say hello, 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 everyone.
Hello, everyone.
What it do? What it do?
I see. I'm going to have to be down in a city council meeting in spirit. Since I'm or city hall meetings in spirit, since I'm banned for
Yeah,
60 days. So just
you
know that
got the
I'm.
live stream.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna start coming in. You
Yeah,
remind me. Yes, because since I'm not allowed, and we're banned for
yes,
until after the midterms.
definitely the times. Yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
So did you hold on. The 243 million that was misspent.
mm.
Misspent. That's correct. I love how they use the word misspent.
Yeah, misspent. I wish I can tell the IRS that,
All right, that you
or
misspent.
my property taxes. When it's time to go pay those high property taxes, I wish I can tell them that somehow I misspent my property taxes. Instead of paying this property taxes, I paid this high light bill that you all,
Right,
the Frisker, you know, implemented. Maybe I can,
right.
I wish I can say that. And they say, "Oh, okay, well that's okay. We understand."
We understand.
Hmm.
Right, right. All right, y'all. We're gonna start. People are gonna be coming in. But yes, we want to talk about this lawsuit that was against Cook County on March 16th. Sorry, on March 6, 2018, a group of construction and road building companies led by the Illinois Road and Transportation Builders Association (IRTBA) sued Cook County. The reason why they sued was they said that Cook County was breaking the law. Of course, that's all they do is break
All day, all day.
all day. The law called the Safe Roads Amendment says that money collected for roads and bridges can only be used to fix
Roads and
roads.
bridges.
Bridges, not too crazy,
That's too crazy.
not too crazy. Instead, Cook County was spending that money on other things like paying the sheriff, the courts, and other parts of the government.
Courts, and when we say courts, I can imagine these judges. The courts. You know how they do. Pay
You
them
know
a
how
little
they
something in
do.
their pockets and look the other way.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, right. All these
Mm.
um, all these illegal evictions
Yes.
that is going through the um sheriff's department.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
stuff like that. That's where the money.
Hmm.
That's where the money was going to. You know,
Hmm.
legal evictions.
Yes.
Because they need to bring that money back. The money, I mean, when they steal the home or the property or whatever they're trying to steal, take that money, and gamble with it and see, how much they can make back because they done stole
Yeah. It's.
$243 million.
Hmm.
Um, where the money came from. So a lot of people, I want to break down, where the money came from. So the tax money came from the gasoline and diesel taxes,
Mm.
new car taxes, wheel tax on vehicles, parking taxes,
Mm.
other transportation related taxes. What the lawsuit said was Cook County should not have taken this money. The money was supposed to fix roads, bridges, and public transportation, not pay for other government things. 2018, the lawsuit started. Cook County tried to get it thrown out, but the case continued. Good judge. In 2022, the Illinois Supreme Court said yes, the Safe Roads Amendment applies to Cook County and sent the case back to a lower court. So they couldn't pay that judge off.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't pay that judge off. Okay. Good judge. So then January 28th, 2026, a judge said Cook County violated the law by spending $243 million on things that were not roads or bridges. Of course. So imagine getting you some money in a piggy bank to buy school supplies, but
Mm-hmm.
someone spends it on candy instead. That's basically what Cook County did with taxpayer money. And the court said they were wrong and must follow the rules. Now, also, it's a RICO. It's
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
gotta talk about the corruption. We gotta talk about the corruption because see, the corruption is the issue, right? Nobody doesn't want to talk about this country corruption. You didn't misspend 243 million. You
Mm-hmm.
stole 243 million, like you're stealing the tax increment financing money and the property taxes and saying that it's going to the schools and pushing for the schools and all these things. But
You don't go. And the thing about it is, because you don't have oversight, I can say I spent it on, like you said, I spent it on candy and I spent it on supplies. That's not,
mhm,
but who is it? Who's there to make sure you did even spent that money on that? And where that
right,
money went, because there's no oversight. So I can say anything. So $243 million comes up missing or not going to where it's supposed to go to, and who, and no oversight to say where it actually went, because you cannot say who's there to say, okay, well, yeah, the police or whatever you said, police and the judges or whoever it is you said you gave it to, where's that breakdown, where's that list at, where's that at?
right,
Like you said, with the tip money, they give the tip money to these developers or these companies, and then no oversight, and then these buildings or whatever they gave the tip money for never get built, and it's just, oh, oopsie. I mean, you'll hear nothing else from it.
yeah,
That's
and then
crazy.
it's crazy. And then when you bring it up or talk about it, they violate your First Amendment for bringing up it, and you should bring it up because your tax dollar is part of this.
Right,
But they don't want you to bring it up, but they will talk about stuff that doesn't make any sense, like Alex Antifa Pretty and Renee No Good. Today I saw a little video. This guy named Lee Merritt, Murray Merritt, whatever they want to call him. We want to say his last name is. He made this AI video of like all of like Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, Michael, the guy that was here, I'm sorry, Laquan McDonald, a whole bunch of things. I don't know if Tamir Rice was in there, and then it went to Renee No Good and Alex Antifa Predator. That's how hard they're trying to push this narrative because they done stole so much money to divert the
mm-hmm,
killings, right? So even if you say that there's so many police killings, right? Like so many
mm-hmm,
police killings, all the money that's supposed to divert the police killings, right? And
mm-hmm.
make sure that police are trained, that the citizens are trained, that they know how to approach law enforcement. Law enforcement knows how to engage better with citizens, stuff like that. All that money is stolen, right?
Right, right,
So, because they have to keep this division, right? They keep this
right,
division. So that's what they're fighting for. They want to keep the racist division right now. It's not
mm-hmm,
even racist division. It's really law enforcement are the KKK. Law enforcement are the problem, are the issue, and we need to overthrow law enforcement. We need to overthrow law enforcement, even though drugs are over here, drug trafficking, human trafficking, children trafficking. We have so many rape crisis with rape crimes. We have so many now new car accident crimes. All these crimes, migrant crimes, were being pushed out. Um, with their these people, these new arrivals, these illegals, these migrants, whatever appropriate word feels good for you, illegal aliens, because that's what they are, and that's a legal term. And if we don't talk about legal terms, that's what we have to deal with. So the legal terms and all that, all this money is being spent, our taxpaying dollars are being spent to bring in a whole group of new people because y'all are losing the vote. Y'all
because
literally are losing the vote because y'all are weird. You
you
understand?
have no policies that
And you have no
America
policy, but
or
y'all are weird too.
Americans will
Like y'all
vote
just got
for.
weird. They got
Mhm.
weird.
Oh
They
yeah,
got
they
weird.
very, yeah, and say
Right.
and satanic, and
And
they have
Santana, yeah.
satanic is they work for Satan, and they have no policies that the average common sense, everyday, law abiding citizen, American citizen will vote for. Or you don't even have to be a law abiding citizen. Just a person that, because you got men who understand, we talk to, who have been locked up, who still may not be, what I'm saying, on the righteous road, but they understand this don't make no sense.
None
So
at
it's,
all.
yeah, it's nothing. You have no, and you don't have any policies that the Americans want to vote for, but you don't care, because if you steal elections and if you import your voters, then it don't matter no way. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to.
Right.
You just have to steal elections like they're just doing right now, arguing about voters ID. They still don't want to implement voters ID, but we have to have voters ID to go to the liquor store. Somehow it's racist because black people can't sing. We're not smart enough. We're just that dumb that we don't know how to go get an ID. That's the argument right there. So, but black people are not offended with that,
No, not
because
at
that's
all.
very offensive to me.
Super
I'm just,
offensive.
yes, I'm not smart enough to go get an ID, but yet I couldn't even you wouldn't even let me close to DNC when you all were here. You had to have an ID there. You had to have ID. You got to go to, you mandatory now. You got to face recognition to go if I want to go fly out anywhere. So you're forcing me to, against my, because I didn't ask you to take a picture of my face. That I didn't condone that, but I had to do that. But yet, and show an ID, but to vote, oh, it's racist. Well, then I can say that when I go to the liquor store, when I go to anything, that's racist for you to ask for my ID. It should be.
Right.
That's the argument here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
I,
mean, all arguments are meaningless because they have no argument.
right.
They have to actually say, hey, we messed up. Not
Mm,
all of us are thieves, but we watched the thievery go on, and we need to talk about that. We also need to talk about all the illegal immigration money that was allocated to the illegals, and we forgot about the.
mm-hmm,
I apologize. We need to talk about that. If we had more gardeners and we had more Sposados,
mm-hmm,
life will be a little bit better for the Democratic Party. But right now, y'all are trying to make them, you're already making them racist, right? And then when they speak up about the injustices when it comes to the illegals in Black Chicago and Black
mm-hmm,
America, or all the victims that were killed by illegal aliens, then you want to shut them up and tell them, how dare you? How
mm-hmm,
dare you talk about, no, we gotta talk about it. Because you want us to talk about Alex Antifa Preddy and Renee No Good. Are you forcing us? Just like you forced
mm-hmm,
us you forced us to keep this a sanctuary city because you suppressed our vote to make sure that it would be on the ballot to see if we didn't want the city to be a sanctuary city. The Democratic Party play games. That's why they stole $243 million. Right.
mm-hmm.
So
I don't
The
understand
loss.
why they not in jail. Oh no.
Oh yeah, no. They got to go to jail. Like at this point, I
Yeah.
don't like Trump. Come on, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
I got this. I put this on because I want you to understand that I agree with everything that you're saying, right? So I need you also to come and lock these people up. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Now the loss. Now Illinois Road and Transportation Builders Association is a coalition of construction and infrastructure groups. These organizations represent contractors, engineers, and road builders who argue that Cook County was violating the Illinois Constitution's Safe Road Amendment by diverting transportation tax revenue. The key supporting groups included American Council of Engineering Companies of Illinois,
Yeah, cause
Associated General Contractors of Illinois,
good job. Mm-hmm.
Illinois Asphalt Pavement Association, Illinois Ready Mixed Concrete Association for both, Chicagoland Associated General Contractors, Federation of Women Contractors. The president and CEO, Mike Storino, said the decision requires the county to finally obey the will of the voters in the Illinois Constitution. The case went through years of legal proceedings because that's what they do here because they
Mm-hmm.
hope that you die off. They
Mm-hmm.
hope that you have no money to continue to fight this city. So they do two things, put it under advisement, and then finally they'll decide what they want to do with it because the state of Illinois is corrupt. Like even when
Mm-hmm.
they are supposed to give you an answer by, they can hold your answer for forever. It can be
And
under advisement for forever. So
and then imagine if the companies didn't do it. Imagine if they didn't put it. What if they just walked away and said, "Okay, cool, whatever." We would never knew about this. You know,
right.
imagine that. So 243 million would have just been wherever. You see what I'm saying? We still would have had bad roads,
Bad
bad
roads,
bridges. They would have said we need more money. How can we
potholes
allow?
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, because the infrastructure guys, we got to care about the bridge, and they would have got more money for us. We wouldn't have known about that if these companies didn't sue. But you see how? So imagine how many more, how much more money that they have stolen, and companies didn't say no, or nobody said anything.
Nobody said anything.
Because they probably was getting a cut. Imagine if they was getting cuts. You know what
But
I'm
it
saying?
was. Let
Yeah.
me tell you something. These people were just smart enough to these people were just smart enough to discuss I mean, we're smart enough to sue. That's why, like, I encourage people to sue. You understand? Like, you are a taxpayer. Again, you
hmm
have to look at this as like that's why people can hate Trump. Cool, whatever. But the United States of America is a corporation, right? And we are the consumer. We are. We're the consumer. So workers, all people are consumers. Anybody that pays a tax dollar. Okay, so the workers, the business owners, homeless when they go out and pay for something, when they do get some money, all that they get taxed when they get their receipt. Taxes is on there. That's what I'm saying. You cannot sit here and say that the richest nation in this country, the country that everybody needs. They lean every other country leans on America. Everybody,
hmm
and Trump is showing you that you have to sue. You have to sue to tell them where the money is supposed to go. You know the potholes that we deal with in the city, all over the city, the bicycle lanes, the bus lanes, the speed cameras on the south side and the west side, but the south side, I know for sure, them speed cameras get extra. They make sure you get caught. They
hmm
make sure you get caught. All that money that they get, but they take the money to divert it to the sheriffs. And the reason, and I have nothing against the sheriffs. I appreciate all the county sheriff actually that's down there. They always are supportive. They're always nice, all that things. But this is because they are underfunded, right? Everybody's underfunded. The public service, law enforcement, all that because they're stealing the money, right?
Yeah, could be
So they
right.
have to take money from different things. So they've
Mm-hmm.
probably been doing this for a long time. They just happened to catch it, the
Mm-hmm.
243 million. But it's probably a lot more than that.
Of course, they've been doing that.
Yeah,
How
but
Tony
yeah,
Frederico been in there, what, 19 years? How many years she been in there? 10, 19,
he said,
almost something.
yeah,
Yeah, so imagine, Zoe, come on, you know it. Imagine all that money that they've been stealing.
right,
It's just that by Trump being in office and he was holding funds and different things, they don't have that well coming in where they can just, like you said, keep putting money here, know that their money coming in.
right,
So so now, like you said, they're so used to transfer now that they don't have the money
right,
to fill in the gaps and things like they usually have. So,
exactly,
but they can't stop stealing. So, you know,
exactly. While the county argued there was a lack of clarity about how the amendment should be applied, the judge ultimately held that the spending was unconstitutional, which was good. But the fact that the county argued that there was a lack of clarity, but the clarity is roads, bridges, and infrastructure.
right. That's
Okay,
the
that's
clarity
where the
right
money's
there.
gonna go. Roads, bridges, and infrastructure. Where's the lack of clarity? This is again a lot of these lawyers.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how they got their law license. I don't know how they
Mhm.
passed that bar. But they say Daley Jr. had a hard time passing that bar too.
They all probably do. I'm
Yeah, he had to get
sure.
somebody else to take the test for him.
I was just getting ready to say that. I'm sure. Come on, Zoe. I'm sure they had
Ain't
somebody else,
nowhere they don't
or
know
they
nothing.
paid. They
How do you
paid
know?
money.
How do you go in
Hmm.
there and argue that there was a lack of clarity? How? But they don't care because they are on the payroll. I
Yeah,
wouldn't even take that to court. As for Cook County, the fact that they be trying to fight these cases because they be paying them off, right? But
yeah, they
there's
know.
some judges that you're just not going to be able to pay off because they're tired of their crap too. There's a lot of them that's tired of their crap too, like because they really went to become they really went to law school and they really are a judge because they really want fairness. So I'm not like I say, so not all judges are corrupt or bad here, or make bad decisions. So thankful for this judge
Hmm.
to be like, come on now. So
Right.
but I also want to talk about why this is corruption. Um when elected officials know the law and divert funds anyway and continue spending with no oversight, that fits the legal definition of fraud and organized crime.
Hmm.
These are educated criminals.
Hmm.
Educated criminals. Okay. Um, Funds collected from taxpayers were earmarked for a specific purpose. We're going to
Right.
go back to it: roads, bridges, and infrastructure.
Right.
Let's say it together: roads, bridges, and infrastructure. Just in case you guys don't know that. All right. They were intentionally redirected. Okay. So this intentionally means stolen. Okay.
Hmm.
They were stolen and redirected. So intentionally redirected means stolen. For I want y'all to understand this in y'all terms. Stolen. Okay, my term
Hmm.
stolen. That's how I know they steal it. Stealing. Okay, right. To pay for unrelated government operations. Now they
Mm.
saying it's the sheriffs and them, but they always blame the sheriffs and them.
Yeah.
So it really
Yeah.
could just be in their pocket for something else. But they're
Yeah.
gonna they're gonna have to put it on something.
Because where is the money
Where
that
is the money?
supposed to go to the sheriff? They supposed to, so and they say they have a balanced budget, right? So
Right.
Cook
Yeah.
County.
Oh yeah. Tony Preckwinkle has had a balanced budget. She's proud to say that, even though I don't know how it's balanced because uh, the roads and infrastructure and bridges
Money
don't
didn't
have
go.
any
Right, right,
money,
right.
and then the suburban schools in the Cook County do not have any money.
Yeah.
Some of
So
the
how?
some of the schools. So I don't know. So I mean, yeah, that's why I know that they think
Yeah.
that we're delusional, but some of us are. Some
Not a
of us
lot. A
are.
lot.
Some of
A
us
lot
are
are.
so
Yeah.
delusional that they believe that she has a balanced budget, just like they believe that she likes wearing those skirts. Okay. Officials used legal loopholes and misinterpretations to justify it.
Mm,
Residents paid the cost while infrastructure deteriorated. It's going to keep deteriorating.
right.
Chicago is going to continue to keep deteriorating because you have a whole bunch of educated bums in these positions. You keep voting for educated bums, black educated bums,
Mm-hmm.
white educated bums, Hispanic educated bums, Asian educated bums, because y'all feel like the Democratic Party is the only way. The Democratic Party is killing Chicago. Like, I mean, killing Chicago. I mean, all sides, everybody.
Yeah.
It's killing everybody. It's killing the Polish. It's killing the Irish. It's killing the Italians. It's killing the blacks. It's killing the Hispanics. It's killing the culture. It's killing
Mm-hmm.
Chicago. It's killing
It's killing America.
Al,
It's killing.
Al, what's his name? Al Capone is embarrassed about what
Mm-hmm.
y'all did. What y'all do?
Yeah, it's killing America.
It's killing America. It's
Look at every Democratic ran. I keep saying, look at what do they have in common? Every Democratic ran state and city, they all look the same, and they keep taxing you, finding new ways. They go to sleep and create new ways to tax you. I mean, it's that's just your Democratic ran state. Look at Gavin Newsom right there. They're arguing over taxing people for mileage, in California. So they're figuring out ways to tax you. And I'm sure Brandon Johnson getting ready to try to figure out how he's going to do that with us too. So these people are, sick. And they get
no, bro.
richer. They get richer. They keep taxing you. But if you notice, they keep spending more money on illegal aliens. They won't cut them they funds or let them just leave. They got to keep funding them as well. But you will never get no economic relief because they're gonna figure out ways to tax you, just like Dave said a year ago or so. If they can tax you in the Democrat state, if they can figure out a way to tax you for air, they would.
They will.
They
They
would.
really will. So this is a RICO, y'all. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because it involves pattern of illegal conduct, financial gain, and deliberate misuse of public funds. Okay, the whole Cook County is a RICO. The whole city of Chicago is a RICO, and that is why we need federal authorities to step in. Okay, not just local courts, because this is a systematic abuse of taxpayer money that
Mm-hmm.
affects millions of us. And if we continue to deal with this is what's going to happen. Okay, and we have to get in office. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we have to get in office. Y'all got to look at the people. You got to look at y'all area, and y'all got to pick somebody new. Y'all got to pick somebody new, and you have to pick somebody new that is not with all these taxes. That is not with illegal immigration. Not with sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities is killing us. It's not a racist thing. It's not a prejudice thing. It's literally killing us. And for Black Chicago, shame on you. Have to. I want y'all to understand that the fact that the Michelle Harrises, the Anthony
Mm-hmm.
Bills, the Emma Mitts, and I'm calling these type the Pat Down. I love Pat Down. The older y'all are the most seasoned black aldermen there. And the reason why I'm calling y'all out is our communities are losing are losing our landmarks, are losing our heritage, are losing what Chicago stands for. If y'all would have made sure that Chicago landmarks was still intact, including Harold Washington's home. That's just dumb how y'all didn't make that into a museum. Like what? You understand what I'm saying? Like he was the first black
Because they don't
mayor. But I'm just saying, like
know.
y'all, the way
They
that y'all
yeah.
express how great he was, how do you not make sure that his and regardless, because y'all put him out here like he was this great mayor. Y'all do. You understand what I'm talking about you? You know what I'm saying? They do. They put out like he was this great mayor, he was the best mayor. So why did you not make sure that his brownstone on King Drive did not become a landmark? Like how they made Martin Luther King's home a landmark in Atlanta? Do you know how much money they get
That
for people to tour his
mhm.
home or be
like
around there or take pictures and all that
mhm.
stuff?
like Gummy Bear said, no innovation, no passion. We just said so. Democrats don't know how to bring in revenue. They only know how to spend, tax you, and that's it. They
Right?
have no,
Jordan's house, Michael
yeah,
Jordan's
they
house,
don't,
Oprah's, that's
yeah,
even a landmark, her studio. Like
yeah.
how?
They don't know how to, they don't know, they are not entrepreneurs. They never, these people probably are, like you
The
said,
Playboy
bums.
Club. The
They're bums.
Playboy Club.
Never had a job, to never had a real job always. And so when they get, or never don't know how to run a business, so when they get in office, that's why most of them only get rich when they get in office by selling you out and stealing your money. They never, because they never ever was successful outside of not being in office, because if they were entrepreneurs, well, they hating on Trump. Trump know how to bring in money like this, make it happen. He know how.
And,
But
and they're
see,
mad, that he,
hmm
but because he has that mindset. He
right,
has that mindset. Like it's the craziest thing, man. It's the crazy. Like the Democratic Party don't want innovation. They
you're
don't. They
right.
don't. They don't want innovation. They don't want infrastructure. They don't want. They want. They are the dictators. Everything that they say Trump
Mhm.
is, they are. Is
They
there
want
one?
classism, rich
Huh?
and poor. They want.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
want.
but yeah,
Yeah,
but they are. They always talk about classism, but it's them.
it's them.
It's
That's what I'm
them.
saying.
It's the. Oh yeah, yeah.
Socialists. Yeah, they want. They want socialism and communism, rich and poor for them. So, like those said, the elites, they want them to be having the money, rich and stuff, and us to be slaves, because you need slaves in order to get your money from. Who's going to pay for your lifestyle, Brandon Johnson? Who's going to pay for your lifestyle, Tony Fred Winkle? Who's going to pay for that? It's us, your slaves. That's what they
Right.
got to have it.
They gotta
Democrats
have it.
have to have slaves in order to fund their government and fund their lifestyle. That's just it. And you are the slaves, slaves, and you keep voting for this.
Right. No, for real. For real.
Mhm.
Like my man, Brown say, it's big business. It's the
Right.
American way. It's the American way. I was talking about the speed camera revenue. In 2023, speed cameras issued 1,562,413 tickets and generated over $102 million in fines. Since Chicago began using cameras in 2013, they issued over 9.1 million tickets, generating about 879 million in revenue. In 2024, speed cameras issued 1.8 million violations with 90.9 million. Much of these revenues come from late fees, which can be more than double the base fines. Red light cameras are also significant revenue source. From 2019 to 2023, Illinois local government collected over 500 million from red light camera fines. Chicago alone accounted for about 223.8 million of that total. Red light camera fees typically start around $100 per violation.
Hmm.
Chicago uses fines to enforce parking and lane restrictions too. Parking in a bus lane can approximately cost you $90. Parking in a bike lane can be about $250. $250 if you park in a bike lane. In the city's 2024 budget, the first ward in Julia Ramirez ward is full of bike lanes.
I would be pissed.
It's full of bike lanes.
Mm,
In
mm,
the
mm.
city's 2024 budget, Chicago projected about $348 million in total revenue, an increase from $46 million from the previous year. So then they say Chicago has billed drivers for far more than they collect. So they're saying that they're owed $2.3 billion, right? Because drivers have not paid parking, red light, or camera tickets. Parking tickets alone since 1990 exceeded 1.6 billion in red light camera debts and more than 428 million. Now, I remember last year and the year before, they brought up that the city was owed, you know, 2.3 billion dollars in parking tickets and speed camera tickets and stuff, and they haven't been paid. But I also remember going to last year. Um, Michael Young Bay got his car towed, and he got his car towed for he shouldn't have got his car towed. He had the tickets. He had the receipts for the tickets he paid. We went into the in where to challenge because he had a boot. He had a boot. He had a boot. And the lady said that he didn't pay his tickets, but he had the receipts. He shows the receipts. She didn't know what to do. So imagine how many other people they did that to. You
Mhm.
understand? He had the receipts to challenge that boot that y'all put on his car.
Imagine if he didn't have that.
Imagine if he didn't have it. Imagine how many other people have went in there and done that.
Hmm.
Right? Also,
Hmm.
there's some people that leave their boot because they know for a fact that they did pay the tickets, right? I did pay
Hmm.
the ticket. I was on a payment plan. I know all this. This is ridiculous. Da da da. But nobody's saying nothing about it, right?
Hmm.
Nobody's saying nothing about it. So eventually, just let their car go in a tow. I
Hmm.
know there is hella cars that's sent to that auction, right?
Right.
That money right there, where does that auction money go?
Right.
Because where did that auction money go? Because a
Right.
lot of people can't afford to get their ticket, can't afford to get it off their get the boot off, right? And then
Hmm.
it goes into tow, and then they take it to the auction. So
And
where
then
does
they get
that
the
money go? Like where does the
right.
lottery money go? Like where does the cannabis money go? Where does this extra money go? Anybody know? Does
Right.
anybody know?
Right there in their pockets and to their friends to donate to their campaigns. CTU,
Yeah, to
all these
donate in their
places. Yep.
campaigns to say that they're fighting to fix the city and make it more affordable.
Hmm.
How are you making anything affordable when you cannot fix anything? Like, what has Brandon Johnson fixed since he's been in office? Instead
Right.
of saying he inherited the crisis.
Yeah, what have he fixed? Because at some point you're gonna have to stop saying that. And when you okay, let's just say if you inherit the crisis, you're gonna make it worse. So that means if I had a crisis, what am I gonna say? I'm gonna say, well, you know what? because I got this crisis right here, I can't take on 70,000 more illegal aliens, funding them with free everything, because I got this crisis already that I have to take care of. Why would I do that? I mean, come
And
on.
then walk in the snow for illegal aliens when you
Right,
got
to stay.
Southside crime right here.
Right, to stay here. Come on.
To stay here. So what have you fixed? What has Tony Preckwinkle fixed? Because the balanced budgets that she always talks about, that's a plain lie. Like she just lied.
Mhm.
I continue to let her lie. I
And it
watched
Cook County,
a commercial today against Bill Riley. What's his name? Riley. Brendan. Brendan Riley. He's running for. He's an alderman. He's running against her. Not a big fan of Brendan Riley either. But it is what it is. But I'm watching this commercial, and this commercial is saying that he took thousands of dollars from Trump, right? He took thousands of dollars from Trump, and he was working with Trump and this stuff. Now, mind you, this is when Trump was right. Also, when Trump was moving Trump Towers here, Trump Towers happens to be in his ward. So why
right?
would he not work with Donald Trump, especially during the time when he brought Trump Tower here? Let's see when he brought Trump Tower here.
That's so any that's how, man. Whenever you think you can run off because Trump gave them some money or they working with Trump,
But he
and you
but he also gave money to the Democrat to Tony Preckwinkle too. So yeah, so it began in 2005. 2005, I was 19 years old. I was 19 years old. So the construction began in 2025. It was completed in 2009. Now, of course, he would have to be doing business with Brendan
right,
Riley because Brendan Riley, that's Trump Tower is in Brendan Riley's
right,
ward.
right.
Yes, I got your email, Oscar. I'm looking on you. You sent me a lot. So I gotta take a day and look at all of them. But yes, I did get it, Mr. Oscar.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So they, wow,
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I'm looking at all of like just the fighting, right? Just the infighting. I see the infighting with just all of this stuff. But no one's discussing but us the corruption.
right, right,
Like they're stealing properties, they're stealing black people's properties, and or if you don't want to, if you don't feel like they're stealing everybody's property, okay, but they're stealing properties in the blighted areas. The blighted areas are more likely our areas. Okay, they're stealing the TIF money, they're stealing the youth job money, they're stealing the gang intervention money, they're spending, they're stealing the infrastructure money. This man has stole the South Invest Southwest money. He done stole everything. Him and Lori Lightfoot had some people that work with her, and they said that she wasn't doing it. She just said the people that was around her were the thieves. So at the end of the day, you go from you got Pritzker, who was the governor. It's gonna be he's trying to get a third time. So you got two-term Governor Pritzker as the governor of the state of Illinois, and then you got Tweedledee, Lori Lightfoot, and then you in Lori Lightfoot, and then you have Brandon Johnson.
Tweedledum, Tweedledum,
Tweedledum. So
Tweedledee.
Tweedledee, Tweedledum, two people not from this city. One's from Elgin and probably
Mm-hmm.
adopted, all the way
Mm-hmm.
adopted from another country. And then she's from like Ohio or something. And they say she was an alcoholic, been an alcoholic. Somebody said when she first was running for office, they was like, I can't believe this lady who's her niece was like, I can't believe my alcoholic aunt got the position.
Right, right.
So this is what we're dealing with.
We just
Doesn't
let.
pay, doesn't pay water bills,
Mm-hmm.
So and then you have a bunch of teachers who are uneducated
Right.
pulling political moves and running political deals behind the student members with their dues. And nobody said anything about that because if you challenge Stacey Davis Gates, Mayor Stacey Davis Gates, and if you challenge Brandon Johnson, they're going to ignore us because we're black. So they're not going to say nothing to us. But they're going to say if anybody that's white that says anything, they're going to say that you're being racist
Racist.
or it's
Hmm.
white supremacist or we're fighting the millionaires and billionaires when they are the millionaires and billionaires. But they're sitting on this money because they're waiting for midterms. They have to win midterms. They are determined to win midterms, and they think that they're going to win midterms, but they're not going to win midterms because they're going to have to answer to the people. And the people are Chicago Fifth Red and the silent majority because they're going to have to discuss why the property taxes went
And they're going to have to discuss. Well, you know what? And I'm hoping, guys, I'm hoping you all just don't let it be business as usual. You just let them keep doing what they're doing and you just vote blue no matter who, because that's just what you do. I hope this is getting, some people who understand because we're looking at Republicans, Democrats, the independents, libertarians, all of you all, we need all hands on deck. That this don't make sense. You understand as an American, we have to fight together. Because I can't see how you can see this and say, okay, you know what? I'm good. I'm good with this. I'm good with this. They're right now just in your face. Me and Zoe was laughing because at first back in the day, when they were trying to hide it, like they were for Americans and for the black people. Democrats were. Now they just showing you in your face. They just really tossing
up.
you
Yeah, because I mean,
aside in your
it,
face.
it's like the
And
Wizard of Oz.
yeah, they in your
You
face doing
remember the wizard at the end? Nobody didn't know, and then when his
it.
when they finally showed him, like, oh, and it was just this
Yeah,
one dude. Like that's what the Democratic Party did. Like
yeah,
finally showed their hand, so they don't
right.
care.
They don't care no more. And you see it when you see Brandon Johnson, who have not. Now, he's the mayor of Chicago. He's the mayor of this city where crime is at an crime is hot on an all-time high. I don't care what he's saying. Anytime you got people shooting in a police station on Austin, then yeah, crime is at an all-time high. And he won't even acknowledge the women that's getting killed, that the police didn't find her body to 10 hours later, things like that. He won't even acknowledge that. But you got this man in the snow marching in the snow with people all around him speaking Spanish, and he marching, talking about abolish ICE and signing executive orders for illegal aliens, protecting them. When
Right.
he haven't even mentioned your name. No citizen that got killed, no citizen that got killed by illegal alien, nothing. You don't even exist to him. And that right there would make me say, you done lost your mind. Who you you would never get back in office. But it's just like you all act like you don't see it.
No, they see it. They see it. They see it. A lot of we are the worst group of people that we just can't. Everybody else can agree to disagree, can get along when it's time to get along, and then afterwards go their separate way. We're the only race of people that challenge each other because for some reason majority of the people are comfortable. The
Mm,
Democratic Party is the party of for black people selfishness. As long as their people got what they want, as long as their family is eating, as long as they have jobs, as long as they have college education, money, as long as they got a job with the government, as long as they're clicked up with their group, whatever it is, they're fine. But when it comes to the rest of the black race, when it comes to the people who that really needs us. Like if I was a if I graduated from a any college, but specifically, if I graduated from a HBCU, if I decided I wanted to pledge, I decided that I wanted to be a lawyer. I would grow my law firm because I would go after Thurgood Marshall. I would look over like Thurgood Marshall, but I have a different mindset from a lot of people. I'm not selfish, right? I would be working on fixing. I'm from Albany, New York, my hometown, right? I would go back and try to fix it as much as possible. I would be out here making sure because the money is there. Can't sit here and say the money's not there. The money is there, but I would make sure the money would go to good use to make sure that my community that when I was growing up when I used to drive down there, because I used to live in the suburbs, I come from the suburbs. When I used to go drive down there to see my cousins and stuff, and how it was still hood and ghetto and stuff like that. The fact that I'm now 40 and it's still the same hood and ghetto, there's so many people that we all went to high school and stuff, got their college education, pledged, did all they think. They did not go back and care nothing about their community. But they will sit here and get when it's time for election time and stuff because somebody's gonna come bring them a bag of money to give them agenda that hey, we can't let the Republicans in. They're racist. They're not gonna make sure that you get your bag. See, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make sure you get your bag, but you don't make sure nobody else get their bag. You don't make sure anybody get contract. You don't give us the fair chance to grow our community. And then the people who you do give the money to, they're not. They don't care. They don't have the mindset to be the public servant or be that person to make sure that the community is still together. When people get mad at white people that because they keep their stuff together, they get mad at the Asians because the Asians keep their Chinatowns and stuff together. But when it comes to us, we just can't get it done. And then when we see the reason, the issue and the reason, and we speak out about it, they say, why you want to do that?
Why you attacking those black sisters or them black or that black man? Why you
Why?
doing that? Yeah, you can't critique anybody black because you
No,
better not. You can't tell them what's the issue. You can't do that. You
no.
better not tell hold a black man or woman accountable,
On
especially
the
if they're a
Democratic
Democrat.
Party.
Yeah,
Democratic
especially if
Party,
they're
no.
yeah, you better not.
And
You
then
better not.
when you explain to them that the communities look like trash, they don't want to hear that, and they go back to name calling. They go
Mm-hmm.
back to why you even want to align yourself with somebody like that, with a party like that, and they don't even care about black people. What do y'all do?
Yeah, right, right,
Yeah,
right.
y'all do. Y'all care about black people? Do y'all care about black? Because I don't see it. If y'all care about black people, you show me in an inner city a prominent black a black neighborhood in the not the suburbs because we've got black rich suburbs in like Maryland and North Carolina, Georgia, stuff like that. I'm talking about the inner city where all the money that we can continue to bring into our communities. You show me one black city that their neighborhood, Martin Luther King, we could do MLK that's striving and is doing good. Black businesses, black houses, black community centers. We know our law enforcement. We've got steel mills or workers. We have everything. We've got restaurants. We've got shopping centers. We have everything that we don't got to go nowhere else. We got movie theaters. We got everything. You show me in the inner city.
You ain't gonna see it.
You ain't gonna see it, but if you point it out, if we point it out, we the problem.
Mm-hmm. For
But
pointing it out.
I can point out all the TIF money, the tax increment financing money that's supposed to go to that inner city to keep it going,
To have those
to
things.
have
Yeah.
those
To
things.
have
So
those
why
things.
can the North Side do it? Why can Chinatown do it?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't Devon, Indian, that's where little India is,
Little
they can
village
do
do
it.
it. Little
Little
village.
village, what's wrong with us?
Mm-hmm. Because we
And if
vote.
you yeah, and if you
Because we
continue to
vote
think that you're gonna do
98%.
another, huh?
Because we vote blue 98%.
98%.
Yep. 90, like that's why that's what's wrong with us. Because we vote blue no matter who, 90 to 95% for 50 years. That's why. That's why.
Yeah. And because a person like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. We gotta switch it up, man. We gotta switch. We can't keep doing this. How dare you? How dare what? Oh, because your family good?
Because your family good.
Is your
Yep.
family good?
Or you don't even stay here. You stay,
Yeah.
you move to the suburbs. Because half of them people I know who be talking stuff on my under my posts, you move from the city and you move in some nice suburb,
Right.
Naperville and everything, and then you on my post talking. Why
Right.
don't you stay? Why don't you stay right there on Sunday night in Sagamore? Why don't you stay right there on Escanaba, 79? Why don't you move on
Right.
Manistee? Why did you move from those places? Langley, something like that. Why did you move from those places?
Why?
If it's so look, if we crazy for pointing out this, why don't you move it? Why you in Naperville with the white people that you say was racist?
Why?
Because they go move around the white people that they swear to us is racist.
Big race. They got it so bad. I forgot this one lady I was on a plane with. It's in DuPage County. I forgot where she said she was from, but she said she's like it's getting ghetto out there. She said even going to the schools to pick up their kids, they pulling up with bonnets and acting a fool and want to fight outside and stuff like that. Like they bringing the hook, they bringing that out there.
Because remember though, Zoe, because they put a lot of those low income homes or Section A and things like that. Remember they put them out there. They all
Yeah,
out there.
and Lake
And
Zerna too.
yeah, remember the lady was saying too, who came to see us for our way. She was saying they put all those illegals out there as well, and they now gave them they in those apartments and things like that, houses. Remember the lady who just came and saw us?
Yep.
She said they put them out there. They out there now. So yeah.
And I remember Dave Chappelle. They was trying to get me. They was trying to get on Dave Chappelle because they were trying to do. Just trying to bring affordable housing out to Ohio, where he had yellow something in
Oh
Ohio.
yeah.
He like, no, right? But and he argues the reason why is he's like, look, during COVID, what you did, he said, I did all these shows, Yellow Springs, I think it's Yellow Springs, Ohio, to bring revenue into the city, right? Because it was COVID, right? Everybody shut down. He's bring all that. He said, I don't know. I didn't move out here for affordable housing. Seth Curry, same thing came with Seth Curry. Seth Curry said the same thing. They were trying to make him feel bad. Like he's like, nah, I didn't come out here for no affordable housing.
Mm,
But but those people, celebrities, don't still talk about why you don't want affordable housing out there.
mm-hmm.
Break the reason why you don't want affordable housing. But
Mm-hmm.
the issue is, like the city of Chicago, they knocked down the affordable housing. The affordable housing was the projects, right?
Right.
Right? All they had to do was rehab those projects. All they had to do was rehab the project because there's going to be a certain there's going to be a certain group of people, and everybody has in their race and in their ethnicity of people that are just used to project living.
Mm-hmm.
So you so you shut down. I mean, so you knock down people who generations after generations after generations have lived in the projects. Now you put them in these communities, and crime is crazy now because it's
Mm-hmm.
not contained. Right? It's not
Yep.
contained.
Right. They
And
don't
then you
own
give these people,
nothing.
huh?
They don't own nothing, so they don't appreciate
Right.
what when you own things, a house and things, you upkeep, you pick up the trash. You don't just don't throw the trash anywhere. You maintain your house because you paid for it. You put the money, blood, sweat, and tears into that property. But when you don't own anything, you don't care. And when you used to not having, and you just take somebody who not don't who's used to not having and put them in a place where they keep up, they that maintain their property and things like that, then what do you think you're gonna have? People like, and that's why, and then you put so many of them, before you know it, those people out there move out. And then now the whole suburb that used to be a decent area, now you done made that, like you done made that the project. You know what I'm saying? That's why people don't want those affordable homes. I wouldn't want affordable homes where I live at. If I
Right.
if I paid
Yeah,
money and
and there's
yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Just like I don't believe in condos. I don't believe in condo fees as an apartment. Is that if I'm gonna live in a condo, cool, whatever. But you're gonna give me some fees on top of that? No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
to
that. I'm
stay in
not
the
doing that. Just
apartment.
like I'm not doing no HOA fees. Like that.
Mhm.
No, I'm not doing no HOA fees. Like that. First of all, that's unconstitutional. But that's a whole nother story. I don't need no HOA fees, especially when it's not going to stuff that it needs to go to. I can get somebody to cut my own grass. Instead, I can. But if my siding is falling off. And I'm telling you, my side, I'm telling you this from experience from somebody I know who had just bought a home and she had HOA fees. After a year, her siding was falling off of her home.
Mhm.
The HOA fees didn't cover the side. No, 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 no. I just moved up in this.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, so stuff like that like doesn't even make any sense.
Mhm.
But I think that we have to realize and understand that until the people start demanding the feds to get involved,
Mhm.
because you cannot steal $243 million. You just can't.
And say,
When,
"Oops, my
especially
bad."
when we're investing in the times that we are in.
Especially when you
Everything.
just went to, especially when we just got our property taxes, and you just say, "Oops." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Especially that, and taxes are at an all-time high here in these, here in Chicago and Illinois. Come on. We need all the money we can to go, but they are never, even with the money, even if we didn't, even if we had a surplus, we'll never see the money or any type of relief for us. We'll never see it. That's just more money for them to steal amongst each other. We'll
no,
never
you're
see
right.
it.
You're right.
Yeah. So even if we had a billion surplus, guys, we would never benefit from that billion surplus, or we would never benefit from that, because that's just more money for them to steal and keep amongst themselves. That's why we keep saying you must vote red down the ballot. You must flip
Exactly.
this
You gotta
because,
send a clear
yeah,
message.
a clear message, because look in red states, Tennessee and Florida, they're trying with the money, the revenue that all of these businesses are coming, because people, homeowners and businesses are leaving these blue states and moving to the red states. They're booming. Their economy is booming. So they're trying to figure out ways how to abolish property taxes. They're trying to figure out ways to make the citizens' lives better, to bring more people there, to keep a even bigger booming economy, while we are losing homeowners and businesses. So
Right.
what we're saying is, gas, you have to vote red. It's the policies, and you have to trust us. We're begging you, because the candidates that we are telling you that we are going to be endorsing or getting behind, especially after the primaries, guys, we got you. We got you. We know what
Yeah.
Chicago needs. We know what we need. And we making sure we bargain. We bargain these things that we need, guys, but we need you to want better for yourself.
Right. No, yeah. Yeah. They
We,
can.
we
And
need you.
I also want to do this before we end because
Okay.
we're at an hour. The people who were responsible during the $243 million transportation tax lawsuit and and also that stolen the money. Tony Dwayne Preckwinkle. She's the president of the Cook County Board of Commissioners since 2010. She prepares the county's budget and leads the board. So I know how she always says she has a balanced budget. You know, she missed that $243 million. She is running for hold on. She is running again. She is running again. So I just wanna um uh Tony Dwayne, this is my girl, Tony Dwayne, yo. Tony Dwayne.
Who hate them skirts, boy. She hate
Yeah,
should have got
she ain't just
should have got
cause
two skirt sets, because she hate them skirts.
yeah, she ain't just cause.
She probably got a mean suit game, pantsuit game with the tie, all of that.
No, yeah. She probably out here. Yeah. You know, she's but yeah, so Tony Dwayne, Prattwinkle for sure. So don't forget her. Okay. So when it comes to elections coming up, she passed the budget. Now knowing that they stole this money. All right. And then let's give it up for Tara Stamps.
Mm.
Okay. She was during the period when the lawsuit was moving through the courts and stuff, the 2023 budget was adopted. So Tara Stamps, Dennis Deere, he's no longer, he passed away. Bill Laurie, Stanley Moore, Monica Gordon, but Monica
Hmm.
Gordon is now the Cook County clerk. Uh, then we have Donna Miller. Donna Miller, she's running for, uh, I think Jesse Jackson's, Jesse Jackson running too, but she's running Donna Miller now for U.S. congressional seat. So we know we're going to say no to her.
Hmm.
Alma
No.
Anaya, Anthony Quizita. Anthony
Mm.
Quizita, he done moved over to the city. He's
Mm.
over there now. He took Carlos Rosa Ramirez seat. Then you have Maggie Trevor, Bridget Gaynor, John Daly, the last corrupt Daly is still around. Bridget Digen, I don't know. Josina Morita, Scott Britton, Kevin Morrison, Frank Aguilar, and Sean Morrison. But I think Josina might be Samantha Steele because I don't see Samantha Steele here. And Samantha Steele uh, is one of the board members. So yes, hey ladies, have you interviewed Ted Dabrowski? No, he has
Hmm.
our information. We're so
Hmm.
if he wants to be interviewed, I think that's the last. We got one more after him, or Heidner. I think Heidner is running for. We did Delmar and Bailey. We did Mendrix. So yeah, you have Heidner and Ted Dabrowski. So, but thank you for the super chat,
Thank
Malachi.
you.
Shout out. I love Malachi. I don't even know Malachi, but I love Malachi. Malachi
Mm.
is very devoted to coming on my page.
Oh,
So I
okay.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we
Um,
can't vote any Jackson. No Jackson. Jesse
yeah, no,
Jackson,
Jackson.
Jonathan Jackson. Ain't no way. No way, guys.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
The fact that they say that like he's killing right now in the polls is how I know that we are touch. We are out of touch in reality.
it's no way. He done stole our money already. Showed us he gonna steal our money. And we just gonna say, okay, here, we're gonna put him back in to steal some more the rest of our money. It's just, I mean, it's
Yeah.
sad. It's like you glutton for punishment. That's what it is.
But you
You
know what they say? They say stuff like, well, I mean, y'all putting that break, y'all got Trump up in there. So I mean, if Trump up in there, then we might as well vote for him. And that's how you know it's stupid because of the media. The media is the problem.
yeah,
The fact that the media has not said nothing negative about this man running for
right.
like he stole money. Like he said, there's no way. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I don't understand. He stole money. The fact that y'all are okay, like y'all think this is normal.
Have
Is
I
how
said
I know, like, we
anything?
touched. Like I said, it's gonna take us to save us. And when I say us to save us, real Chicagoans, real people who love Chicago, real parents that understand that they're being held hostage when it comes to their children, business owners, homeowners, okay, tax-paying citizens
Mm-hmm.
is going to have the only people that's going to be able to save this city. Even if
Mm-hmm.
you don't, and like I said, you have to get Trump out of your mind. Trump has nothing to do with the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois and
Mm-hmm.
and the current bankruptcy status that it's in. It's been bankrupt. It's been bankrupt because they have stolen every dollar that is given to the state, and
Mm-hmm.
to the point that every year they're unveiling another new tax.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point that JB Princeton said, you know what? We can't afford no tax tips. We need
Mm-hmm.
to tax them tips. Okay,
We
I
can't,
understand what
yeah.
Trump is saying, but yeah, and I
We're
can't
gonna
keep.
still tax your tip.
Yeah,
And we're
yeah, yeah,
gonna
yeah.
tax
So
your
yeah,
overtime.
go to another state that's
Yeah, we're
okay
gonna tax your overtime.
with
We're
was not taxing your tips, but
gonna tax your
you're gonna
social
get them here.
security. Yeah. You would not benefit from those Trump tax cut. You would not.
No,
Yeah, we
you and
gotta
I.
tax you. We
They're
have to
gonna
tax
tax you.
you because we can't afford, me as a billionaire. I can't afford to lose my billionaire status or keep stealing y'all money to continue being a billionaire. I can't afford that. Oh, how dare I do that? No. Mm-mm. We can't give you a break. No.
And
Even
so
though
yeah.
he would, yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah.
So in conclusion, vote red down the ballot, and
Ask for a Republican ballot.
yes,
Republican ballot, guys. Say I want a Republican ballot. Vote red down the ballot. So all you're doing is vote to get these candidates on the ballot, and then then you'll be seeing more. Then they have to really campaign for the election day. But we need gas. We have to have Republican representation here, because if you do not, you get what you vote for. If you keep voting the same way, don't be crying when you get exactly what you've been getting for the last 20 years, 30 years. Don't cry, because it's gonna get worse. Trust
it's
me, it's
gonna get
gonna
worse.
get worse. Because you see how they doing now. It's going to get worse. I promise you. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's
and
the only thing we can tell you.
if you don't believe us, look at Zaham Madani. He just already said that they ain't got no money in New York. So all
Yeah,
that stuff he was talking about, all that stuff he was campaigning about, 'cause they be lying. Them campaigns be lies. We're gonna
yeah,
do
he
this. We're
lied.
gonna affordable this. You don't have no money to do anything. You can't.
And
You don't
then
have no
he
money to
had
do anything.
But he had the money, Zoe. But he just, because when he's talked about that 12 billion, Eric Adams got on there and said, "You're a liar. I gave you a balanced budget. You just want to get, but like you said, all them other, you want more money, because that's what they do. He's a con artist. So he want more money. So that's his way to tell you, hey guys, we're broke. I'm gonna have to tax you more. That's it. That's the con, guys. I we broke. Eric Adams got on X and said, "You a lie. I gave you a balanced budget. It's no way. If you stick with the budget that I gave you, you should be good." But that's not what they want. They con artists. They want to tax you. So his what he's gonna tell you is, yeah, so we're gonna have to, what we're gonna have to do? Tax you even more. Sorry. But see, this is look at Virginia. They
Yeah,
feeling in Virginia. She done already, look what she did. Went up on their taxes. Y'all gonna learn. You gonna
y'all gonna
learn for
learn.
real.
Y'all gonna
I don't
learn.
understand. I mean, at some point, what is it going to take for you? Do they have to keep? I mean, after 30 years, 20 years, at some point, what? What?
Oh, the Grammy said save yourself. So we're not gonna know. So we're
Okay,
gonna
okay.
save yourself with us, y'all. All hands on deck. Please like and
All hands on
subscribe
deck.
and share. And we will see y'all later.
Love y'all.
Peace, peace.